DeFi is an insanely volatile market. We see coins constantly doing 1,000, 2,000, even 10,000% gains. And a lot of times these coins explode within the first 10 to 30 minutes. You may be wondering how people are sniping these plays. There are some that use bots, but I'm going to show you what to look for and how to avoid the typical scams. If you aren't using Telegram and are playing in the crypto space, you are missing out. Twitter is good, and so is Discord, but the channels on Telegram are far more active and are where the plays are called first. I'm not going to show a bunch of Telegram chats, but if you want a huge list of groups, let me know in the comments and I will give them to you. You will need Telegram, so go ahead and install it to every device you have. Put it on your phone, your computer, tablet, put it on everything. Now, there are two channels I'm going to mention that monitor Uniswap for instant listings. The key to these are to set a notification on your phone with a custom sound. I will show you how to do so. The first one is called Uniswap Instant Listings, and the links for everything, as always, will be in the description of the video. Click those links and join the channels. You can't set a custom sound on your PC, but you can on your phone. I have notifications enabled for both, but I like the custom sounds on the mobile app because I know exactly what I'm being notified about. To enable the custom sound, open the channel in Telegram, then click on the channel's logo. From there, you will want to click on Notifications and then click on Customize. Make sure that you have custom notifications enabled, and then you can select any custom sound you would like. Do this for both the Uniswap Instant Listings and the Uniswap Listings channel I have linked. I've noticed that sometimes one channel will miss tokens, but if you set a different sound for each channel, you should never miss a listing. The third tool I use for sniping is Unimonitor.io. I have a triple monitor set up and I'll always keep that open in a browser to my right. When I hear a custom notification go off from one of the listing channels, I don't even open my phone. I just look to the right on the Unimonitor page. The great thing about this site is it shows you all of the links you will need to quickly start researching that new listing. As you can see, it has links to buy on Uniswap, it has links for the chart on Uniswap, a Unicrypt link, a DexTools link, Twitter link, and it also has a link to the Etherscan contract. I always start with the Etherscan contract address, and you notice that it quickly tells you if an address has been verified or not. If a developer hasn't taken the time to even verify the contract, there is no sense in buying it. If you can't read the code, do not buy the token. Now, before buying anything, you want to ensure that a project meets EREC20 standards. There are a lot of scammers in this space, and the easiest way to narrow them down is to check if they meet these standards or not. This does not mean they can't still scam you, but if they meet these standards, you have a better chance of not being rugged. Always, always, always do your research on a project to make sure it meets these standards. A project must have all of these functions and events present in the contract. If they do not have them, they do not meet the EREC20 standard. What you want to do is open the contract and hit Ctrl F5 inside of the text box to search for the methods. Scammers will intentionally leave out things like the approve function or the transfer from function so that you can't sell after you buy. If those are not present, you are screwed. Do not buy anything that doesn't have an approve or a transfer from function. Do not buy unless it has all of the standards I just mentioned before, but these are just a few that scammers use. They will also use things like delegate call that allows for state changes in contracts. This is not desirable as we want smart contracts to be immutable. Once contracts hit the blockchain, they are immutable. However, there can be proxy contracts used, and the delegate call function can change states within them. If you find a contract with delegate call in it, stay away until that contract has been audited. Another function to be wary of is mint. The mint function allows the owner to create tokens for themselves at any time. Do not buy anything with the mint function until the contract has been audited. Another thing to check for is the amount of tokens that the team holds. If they hold over 50% of the supply, you can almost guarantee they're going to dump them on you, unless they have locked most of them up. I've seen too many projects meet all of the standards and lock some of their tokens, tricking people into buying only to dump everything they hold, crashing the price, making it impossible for you to get your money back. Always make sure that a project has sufficient liquidity locked. If most of their tokens are not locked, you will be dumped on. You can check the amount of tokens a team has by looking at the token contract and clicking on the Holders tab. In the case of this token, we can see on DEX Tools they sold everything they had. They met all the EREC20 standards, but didn't have any liquidity locked. Even if they did lock liquidity, remember that it needs to be sufficient. As we can see, the address from Etherscan that held all of the supply is the one that dumped. Playing brand new listings is a very risky market, but has very high reward. If you want to play it, make sure you take the proper precautions and always do your own research. As a pro tip, I would not purchase any coin if it doesn't have a Telegram or at least a Discord group, as these groups give you the chance to interact with the developer and the community. Sometimes scammers will create these groups as well, but if you can't find a Telegram right off the bat, do not buy the token. Sometimes the Telegram links will be in the smart contracts, and sometimes you will just need to search Telegram for the project name. Start asking questions immediately in those groups. Find out what the plans are for the project. Ask the dev if they were going to lock liquidity if it hasn't been yet. One thing scammers will say is it takes time for the liquidity to lock on Unicrypt. Don't fall for that. That is the number one scammer reply. They will also say, I'm working on it. That one is sometimes true. There is a lot you have to do when starting a new project, and locking the liquidity can be one of the last things to do. However, if you see that a project has coins listed on TeamLock or Unicrypt, but they are not locked yet, there's no more work that needs to be done other than clicking the lock button, and it does not take a long time. Protect yourself, ask questions, follow the alerts, and do not feel the need to FOMO in on everything you see. There are a lot of opportunities to make money. If you like this content, please consider subscribing to the channel and following me on Twitter. I also have a Telegram group as well for degen calls, and as always, links are in the description. Thanks for watching.